just going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. My guest, did you find me? Okay. All right. So, I think we're getting ready to start. We're ready to start because I tagged your dad by accident. All right. So let's get this show on the road. I could actually just turn it down and let it just like this. All right. So I don't know why the phone line is getting all crackly now, but it was perfect. Oh, here we go. It was perfect a minute ago. Let me say good afternoon to my very, very, very special guest this evening, a young lady by the name of Imani Coleman. Who is Imani Coleman, you're asking, and why is she a guest on the Conduit show? Well, you know, one of the things that's near and dear to Sheron P is the youth and what the youth are doing. I should also, disclaimer, say that I know Imani's dad very well because he's part of a group of expat Brits. I call them Black British New Yorkers, but there was a Black British crew way before Black British New Yorkers, and there's a ton of people, and I see your dad's logged in. Bless up, good evening to you, Mr. Coleman, Sir Coleman.
Joseph, how you doing?
And there was a whole bunch of people who migrated from the UK and made their home in the US of A. And because of that connection, I got to know your dad, Imani. And out of the blue, he sent me, I didn't even realize, because you know how it is, people send lots of things in YouTube and WhatsApp, lots of videos, and he sent me this video, and I clicked on it, and I listened to the video, and frankly, I was blown away. And immediately, I reached out to him, and I said, I have to find out if I can have this young lady as a guest on the Conduit show. Well, the reason being, June is a time of graduation, and sadly, because of the virus, the COVID virus, graduates are not able to have their traditional ceremonies. How has that affected you, Imani?
Well, we worked very, very hard to have, traditional graduations, but in all honesty, it hasn't really affected me in a bad way because I know in the future we'll have more opportunities, especially due to this pandemic. So it hasn't really affected me in a bad way. It's been really good, actually.
But were you able to do anything at all that was like similar, or I have to turn my mic down because I'm sitting right on top of it and I'm getting some feedback here. Were you able to do anything at all to mark this really symbolic occasion? Because graduating from high school, and I want to say, I don't know if Imani will mind me telling the Conduit listeners that which school you're graduating from.
No problem.
Okay, so you want to tell the Conduit listeners?
Sure. So I am graduating from Fiorello H LaGuardia High School. I am a vocal major.
Okay, so for those who are logged in and listening and perhaps don't know LaGuardia, the rich heritage of LaGuardia High School, a lot of the artists who are very popular today, making lots and lots of money and are worldwide known all over the world, were also graduates. They call it LaGuardia, graduates of LaGuardia High School. So that's an achievement in and of itself. But it doesn't stop there, does it, Imani? Where are you going after graduation from high school?
I am going to Howard University, and I'm majoring in computer science.
So we want to say give it up, Conduit listeners, to our guest, Imani Coleman, who is has not only graduated from LaGuardia High School, which is a very prestigious high school, School of Performing Arts. And if I'm not wrong, this was the school that that movie and TV series Fame was based on. So that will give some kind of context to those listeners who are logged in and maybe not understand the significance of one of our own graduating from such a illustrious organization. And she's also going on to Howard University, which again gives you cool points, Imani, because Howard University is a historically black college. What made you choose Howard?
Well, initially, I wanted to go to a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution. But then I realized that I want to go to a place that I know will accept me fully and that I won't have to battle and get what I want because of the color of my skin. And
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
HBCU is the perfect place for me to thrive and do everything that I have to do to succeed in the future.
Wow, and it's sad, Imani, that our children have to suffer the same pricks and punches and kicks that their parents and their grandparents have to go through. And I think this is one of the reasons that HBUs or HBCUs are so needed in this time, because we need our children to be in a nurturing environment, not one where they're targeted because of the color of their skin. It's fine to then move on to a more established, prestigious organizations, but I think leaving home, because are you going to be on campus, or yeah, you have to be on campus, right? Because it's in Atlanta.
No, it's in Washington,
DC. So are you going to commute or live
No,
off?
I'm going to be staying on campus.
You're going to be staying on campus. So I think you need that kind of extension of home, the nurturing that you definitely will be getting at Howard. So, the Conduit show wants to send utmost respect to you, because I can already tell that you're driven and you're focused to get into Howard after graduating from LaGuardia. That's no mean feat. And so today it's a special show for you, as you are the person who's going to embody all of the graduates from our community. We're bigging up all graduates, and you, Imani, are carrying the banner for them today. All right, so I'm just trying to find this thing that I wanted to play for the Conduit listeners, the thing that made me so excited to speak to you, Imani, and have you as a guest on the show. So let me pray, keep my fingers crossed that this will play. All right, I'm starting it now. Let's see. I'm not hearing anything. Okay, could you start that for me, Peter? You know what? I don't think this is the right thing.
Is it?
I don't think so.
No, I did see it on Facebook.
She's talking about a phone. That's the one I'm supposed to be looking for.
Hold on.
When she does a phone. I don't think this is the right one. Okay, Imani, I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm sure this is not what I'm supposed to be playing.
No.
Oh my goodness, where is it? Okay, here we go. But you know what? That was fitting. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. And there's a reason that video decided to play before the video I wanted. Listen to Sheron P put the spin on it now, right? This is how you do it when you get caught in a boo-boo, right? You play it off like nothing happened, right, Imani? And I know that you are going to be functioning perfectly well under duress, right? You have to be. Graduating from LaGuardia as a vocal major. Okay, here we go. This is the thing that I wanted to play.
Hello guys, this is Imani Coleman. This is America.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Catch you slipping now.
On today's episode of This is America, I will be presenting a point of view on what it is like to be black in America. You just left a family member's house. You're in your car, driving home. You see red and blue in your peripheral vision. You pull your car over. Immediately place your hands on the dash. Officer, what am I being stopped for? Sir, can you tell me why you were stopping me? Hands still on the dash. Stay calm. Don't anger the officer. Sir, I'm slowly reaching for my license and registration. Sir, I am not reaching for a weapon. A gun is pointed in your face. You're shaking. Your body feels weak. Officer, I'm stepping out of the vehicle. A gun is still pointed in your face. Sir, may I ask why I'm being arrested? Officer, please, I didn't do anything wrong. Your face is slammed against the front hood. Anything you say or do will not matter because your skin color has already confessed to the crime. Officer, these handcuffs are hurting me. Sir, why is the gun still pointed at my face? Sir, I am not resisting. He's calling for backup. Officer, I am not resisting. Sir, I have not done anything wrong. You are thrown on the ground. Officer, I am not resisting. Why am I being arrested? He begins attacking me. Sir, I am innocent. I have done nothing wrong. Blood is dripping from your mouth. Suddenly, your handcuffs are taken off. The officer leaves you on the floor and drives off. Turns out, they were looking for a suspect, and your color so happened to fit the description. And this is what it's like to be black in America.
Imani.
Yes.
Well, I for one am in tears. Again. Wow. I think I owe all of our youth an apology for not protecting them from what you describe, from this reality that's been going on for over 400 years, and the fact that this is your normal. It was our normal, but the way you quietly and confidently put this piece together, and I know it's an original piece. What was the inspiration behind it? And not what was the inspiration behind it? How did you put it together without screaming bloody murder?
Well, as my final assignment for my film literature teacher, we were given a task of creating a podcast. We were told to choose a topic or create a story, and I decided to choose something that meant something to me. At first, I was going to create like a little spoken word kind of thing, but then I just started typing on my phone, and I decided to do a point of view because not a lot of people that aren't Black understand why we are hurt, why people of color are hurt. They don't understand, so I wanted to do something to which we can put them in the shoes of being Black in this country and how it is to be Black.
How was the piece that you did for your assignment received, not just by your instructor, but by your classmates?
My classmates loved it. Even like the people who had the same assignment, they didn't come up with anything like this because this is not what my teacher expected, but this is what I wanted to do, and I felt like it was important, and I felt like it needed to be heard. And people heard it.
In the days, Imani, when people are accusing the youth of being misguided and not having a purpose, what do you say to the critics of the youth? Because it seems that everybody's lumped into the same bag. What is it you want for your colleagues and your peers? What messages? I know this message is a powerful message, but what's the overriding message you want the the next generation, the generation before you and before them? What is it you want them to understand about the youth?
Well, I want them to understand that even though we are young, our voices are powerful. And before other people get to know that, the youth, ourselves, we have to know that. And I feel like that's very important because there are strength and power in numbers.
Definitely, definitely. Imani, have you actually been able to participate in any of the demonstrations that are taking place in New York City, or are you trying to keep your head down because of COVID and those restrictions?
Not physically, but I have been doing whatever I can on social media and creating awareness and posting and making sure that everyone knows what's going on, nobody's in the dark. Speaking with my principal and everything, teachers, assistant principals, just making sure I could do everything from home.
Well, I'm still trying to get over this piece that is evoked so much emotion. Even Peter G, he won't admit it, but he was moved by your piece. It brings it home. It evokes a reaction almost akin to that video that we all saw of George Floyd being murdered. And it becomes even more real, Imani, because you are one of ours. You are a child of someone we know who's destined for great things. But yet still, this reality that one would expect to be meted out to a common criminal, it could be your reality, or the reality of someone you know, someone who's destined for greater things. And I think that is why it's important, as I said at the beginning of the show, that we as elders, our time for marching and demonstrating is reducing because we're getting older, we're getting tired. But I'm so very happy for somebody like Imani Coleman, who can just put into words what everybody is feeling. This is the talk on record. I hope that you've copyrighted this piece, Imani.
I have not done that yet.
I think that's something you should do. And as a vocal major, though I know that's secondary to your ambition and your dreams, you might think about having this put to some kind of music and putting it out there, because it's too powerful to be sitting on your phone. It needs to be heard. And I know that the Conduit listeners who are hearing it now, I'm not getting any reaction from them because everybody is probably as stunned as I am. Your piece is powerful beyond words, Imani. I don't think you realize what you've done, and I want you to continue to walk in that vein, Kudos to your dad, Joseph Coleman, who's logged in, and to all your family members. And as you get ready to take the next step, know that the village is behind you, and we're sending you on the way, and we're covering you with protection, because we know that you have a mighty work ahead of you to do.
Thank you so much.
Imani, we're going to be in touch. We're going to be in touch. Yes, this young lady is focused. You're going to get detractors and distractors when you get into college, but I'm sure your family have already told you. And DC is not that far away, you know. So you never know who might be popping in to see you. Right, Imani? When have you heard any news about when colleges open for admissions yet?
Yes, so move-in day is supposed to be between August 14th and August 15th, and hopefully we actually do get to move in, praying that we do.
Mm-hmm. And if not,
that's the plan.
If not, what will they plan to do? Online classes?
Yes, if not, I'm sure that we'll be doing online classes until January, which is when the spring semester will start.
Wow, my goodness. Well, you know, Conduit Show wants to wish you and your fellow graduates all the best as you take this momentous step. Going away from home, listen, you won't have anybody washing up and cleaning up after you. So that's going to be a shocker. And please, do not, the credit cards are not for pizza lunches and dinners, okay? They're for books, all right? But I'm sure, you know, all of the Conduit listeners who will listen to this live again will join me in wishing you, Imani Coleman, all the best. Thank you for this extremely powerful work of art that you've created. We will dissect it another time, but for now, I've run out of time. I can't believe it. We're going to have you back on the Conduit Show. You can give us some insight into college life, right? What that's like.
Yes.
What that's like. But we want to wish you all the best, Imani, and hopefully we'll be able to get in touch with you before you go away. All right? Hopefully we'll see you. We'll be able to see you off, even if it's a virtual Zoom college-bound party.
Right.
All right? So you've got a new family now, the Conduit family. Do you want to say anything to your family? Do you want to say anything to your family and friends that may be logged on and listening?
Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoyed my creation.
Oh, I'm sure they did, Imani. I'm sure they did. Well done. Very, very well done. God bless you. All right? And we'll be in touch. Oh, take care, my dear. Take care.
No problem.
All right. Joseph Coleman. Wow, you have a star. Oh, and I wanted to say, let me just put my mic on. I also wanted to say that there's another young lady who's graduating from middle school, and her name is Imani, Aisha, and I think I'm going to get it wrong, but she's the daughter of Natalie Sylvester, and she's going to be going to high school. So this also is a shout out to Aisha. Congratulations. You know, Dean's List all the way through. I know your mom is proud of you, and I am too. Well done to you. Congratulations. And high school is going to be, yes, high school is going to be an adventure, but I know that you will leap over it effortlessly. And so to all of the graduates who are graduating high school, whatever, whether it's pre-K, college, high school, whatever, the Conduit Show wants to take our hats off to you. And I really should have Pomp and Circumstance to play for you, but of course I didn't. So I want to say thank you to Joseph Coleman for sharing a piece of his daughter with the Conduit Show. And in turn, I want to thank all of the Conduit listeners who were privy to that very powerful piece of work. Peter G, you want to add something? You want to add something in, Peter G?
It's a very powerful message, and like what you said, you know, I think she should copyright it.
Absolutely.
It's well done.
It's well done. It's well crafted. It is masterpiece, and I mean, just the emotion that it evoked I mean, when I heard it the first time, I was blown away, and the second time I heard it, I was sad. I felt as though I'd let down a generation of youth, that we as elders, we should have fought harder so that our children don't have the same reality that we had, because everybody wants better for their kids, right, Peter G?
Exactly.
It's like you want to leave a better legacy. So hopefully these young people can take this baton and run with it, and run with it until the race is won, because time for waiting is long past. Anyway, we're going to get off of this live and